We are now live at prisonplanet.tv. I'm here Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 12 noon to 4 p.m. Eastern. Max Kaiser's coming up in the next hour. I want to at least get to these calls that are on the board, Kerry, John, Mark, Ben, and others. Then I want to start getting into a lot of the news ahead of Kaiser joining us on the economic front. A lot happening there. But not only am I going to pay some bills right now, this is also how we get the word out and wake people up. You can get Jesse Ventura's new book. It officially comes out today. He's on with us Friday. But we've had him for weeks and started shipping them out late last week. American Conspiracy, Jesse Ventura with Dick Russell. Amazing book, hardcover, where he breaks down a whole bunch of New World Order operations. Find out more at Infowars.com and get a free Loose Change Final Cut, a preeminent 9/11 film, free. So it's normally $24.95 for the hardcover book. It's $19.95, and you get a free film. That is a $44+ savings. So again, Jesse Ventura's book, Loose Change Final Cut. If you've already seen the film, doesn't matter. Get a DVD copy, high quality, give it to friends and family, wake them up. Or if you don't want that film, Reflections and Warnings with Aaron Russo, the last video interview he did with me, I made a film about it. This is free with Jesse Ventura's new book. Don't forget, you can also watch all of my films in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv, 15 cents a day, and watch the live TV version of this radio show. And I want to thank all the prisonplanet.tv members. Coming up next month, prisonplanet.tv members will see first in high quality at prisonplanet.com and prisonplanet.tv for prisonplanet.tv members. You will see Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, Jason Bermas's newest film, 18 Months in the Making. Great, very informative film, the whole history of the New World Order, who they are and where they're going. Covers so many issues. You'll see that first at prisonplanet.tv, along with, about a week later, it's going to come out April 15th. I'm going to have April 21st, the release of Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, that I've been working on with Rob Dew and Jason Douglas for the last year. So that's for prisonplanet.tv members. If you're not a prisonplanet.tv member, go sign up today. Okay, I want to get into the news here in a moment. Dissenters to be detained as enemy belligerents. This is just, we knew it was coming, but it's still just disgusting to see them actually doing it. Let's go to Kerry. Kerry in Texas, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, whenever you start walking through this grid of evil that's being established, I can't help but think of the Luciferian creed of do as thou wilt. Because that's what holds us all together, whether it's torturing children or genetically modifying food or lies or abortion, whatever it is, it goes back to that. People don't like to admit that Luciferianism that's integral with the whole elitist thinking, but it's there. You can't get around it. And to the last caller, you mentioned how you get frustrated that that people think you're exaggerating when you say the things that are true. And I understand some people thought you were exaggerating when you were talking last week about aspartic acid and the bacteria that's secreted that is used to make aspartame. It's absolutely true. And something that's even more common than aspartame is the citric acid. Citric acid is produced by Aspergillus niger, a fungus. It's excreted by a fungus that's submerged in molasses. And it's not only a fungus, it's a fungus that's been radiated with gamma rays to genetically modify it. It's a mutant. I mean, it sounds insane when you say this stuff, but anybody could search engine Aspergillus
No, we're
niger.
eating total frankenfoods, and I've read about that as well, but we know that the excretia of these genetically engineered bacteria is a toxic, highly addictive poison, aspartame, and now you can't, at any store I've gone to, can't find any gum that doesn't have it, even if it's not sugar-free. They know it's brain-damaging people. It's so diabolical. I mean, they're just poisoning everything. And it's genetically engineered bacteria crap, and every time I mention that, I get emails saying, that's ridiculous. No, it's not. I mean, people just can't believe the magnitude of the elite playing God and doing everything they can to destroy creation. meanwhile selling us on a world government to save the environment by taxing carbon dioxide that's good for the environment. See, they know people are concerned about the earth because there are a lot of problems. And so they create a fake counterfeit of that, which is attacking something good to have total control. I appreciate your call, Carrie. Good to hear from you. It's just, there are thousands of genetically modified organisms that they've already made that we're eating. And I tell people this, and they won't even go look it up. They'll just think it's not true. John in Washington, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Alex? The reason I was calling, I'm finding the good fight here in Spokane, Washington, and getting out 200 DVDs, handing them out for free, thanks to you not copywriting your DVDs. But my question today was, how close do you think we are? Because the FEMA camps scare me. I'm not sure about you, but they're pretty scary.
John, I appreciate your call. What scares me is letting evil win. We already live in a big FEMA camp. Checkpoints, license plate readers. The children are being trained to thumb scan to get their lunch or library books. They're being trained to be searched without warrants. We already have more people in prison than even China. And they've got the legislation to designate all the old military bases as FEMA camps. They will continue to destroy the economy. They will continue to incrementally have people go bankrupt. And then they'll advertise the government centers, federal and state, federally funded state homeless centers that are little prisons as their FEMA camps. And they will pass legislation to arrest people for their political views. That bill is now introduced. I'm going to cover that after we finish calls here in a moment. Let's go ahead and take another call. Let's go ahead and talk to Mark in Maryland. Mark, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. How you doing? Thanks for taking my call. We've talked a few times. I'm the guy that helped with that VFW thing about the inventory that they took with the getting back the military firearms.
That's right. All the old firearms from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. The government's registering them all with the VFW, of course, for confiscation.
Alex, you got to let me focus here. I'm nowhere near as good as you are, but I have what I believe might be a solution, a proactive, peaceful solution that everybody can take part in, that cares to take part in it. I'd like to share it with you. The first thing I'd like to say is there's a little problem with enemy identification we're having. You do a really great job of exposing all these things. What are we exposing now? They're doing it in plain sight. What we're really doing is just clarifying what they're doing and, exposing what Benedict Beck, that guy, you can't tell me he doesn't have a college education. He's so subliminal in his methods and floating those pictures around. The stock market, it's completely controlled. Goldman Sachs is all over that. We've got to tell people who the enemy is because, if you get punched in the face, your first reflex is to punch back. And whether it's happening for real or it's false flag, flying into the side of an IRS building that's not the enemy. The enemy, I believe, and you can't name individual people because they'll take you off the air. But, we got the CFR and things like that. When you can direct people and tell them it's the bankers, who are the bankers?
Well, there was actually a Bloomberg article, 2 months ago, guys? Will you pull it? Bloomberg arming. It's a Bloomberg article, headline, Goldman Sachs arming themselves for people attacking them. And that will just turn them into victims. We need to expose these criminals and not do anything violent to them. But the reason, notice it is the IRS. It is the military being attacked. And the reason, we know this is staged for many reasons, but they prepared the public that there would be attacks on these very installations. Then it happened so they could demonize their political enemies. And I've been saying it's the season for that, made the prediction, it's all come true in triplicate, which just further concerns me because I know where we're going in the next phase, and I don't like it. And, yeah, the UN's not being attacked. The Federal Reserve's not being attacked. Goldman Sachs isn't being attacked. The Council on Foreign Relations isn't being attacked. These people are not being attacked. The real system is not attacking themselves in these staged terror attacks. They're attacking their own police and military and enforcers and parasite suckers at the IRS because they want to get their culture to get in a more warlike mode against us, the people. And they're internally teaching them that we are the enemy.